Have you ever wondered why?
When?
How much?
What if?
Well, you're in luck, because you're listening to the Hypotheticast.
3 best buds.
On a mission.
To ask all the questions?
And get all the answers.
I was born with both guns blazing, and I do think I'm amazing. You got the dignity to feel a little about yourself. I don't care what your preacher says. I got my own vicious ways. Only got one commandment and it goes, I'm killing it. I'm killing it.
Mike. That's my name. Hello, everyone.
Oh, okay. No, I'll do it too. David.
Hey.
I didn't want to yell mine. I don't feel like I'm a yeller, but we'll get into that later. What do you think, Emily?
My name is Emily, is what I think. What's up, guys?
I like to enter my room and say my name, just to let people know.
All the people in your
Are
room.
there usually people? Yeah, people in your room when you go in there? That's a
Not
common?
my room. Enter a room.
You did say my room.
Okay, yes, my room too. It's like an affirmation thing.
Yeah.
Like, you know how you say
Self-care,
someone
self-care.
else's name and it makes them feel valued? Saying your own name makes you feel valued. Try it.
Is that a thing in Dale Carnegie? Does he
no,
just sit in the
that's-
mirror and say Dale?
That's a
Dale,
thing from
Dale,
Michael J.
Dale.
Larson to you. Try it today.
Oh.
Say your name as many times as possible.
Wow,
That's
David,
totally
David,
real,
David.
though, when
I
other
know,
people
yeah.
say your name. Isn't that weird?
I know.
What I'm not sure of is the flip. If I say
Yeah.
David a lot, does that make me feel good or just weird?
Honestly, try it out. I think
Okay.
it could only have positive results.
Will you both be vulnerable with me right now and sit with me in this space while I take 10 minutes to say my own name to myself in various ways?
Nope. I don't think this is going to be what we want from the Hypotheticast
Sounds like great
today.
audio. Let's do
Yeah.
it.
What it does sound like is great audio, but what it doesn't sound like is Mike wants to be my supportive friend.
I'll support you outside the podcast I'll support you now in a different way by saying no. That's not
Thank
a
you.
podcast
Hey, you know what?
episode.
Yes, thank you. Sometimes the best friends need to say, hey, listen, I'm reining you in, bud. And a lot of my friends need to do that a lot of the time. Welcome to the Hypotheticast.
How are you guys doing?
How are we doing?
Another question that's difficult to answer.
Oh, no. I mean, I think if anything, the fact that I just contemplated saying my name and only my name for 10 minutes straight is a good indication
For a
of
self-esteem
how
boost.
I'm doing.
Okay, well, I think that what I have planned for this episode will help you out, David.
Okay.
What do you have planned?
I'm not sure how, but I
bet it will.
it's a game that we haven't played in a long time, but we used to play it a lot. It's called Would You Blanket?
I would.
Where 2 of us take the other person on a little bit of a journey, volleying between different tweaks to a scenario to get the person to say yes, say no, be horrified, excited, etc. We just have to pick a verb. And so I was thinking about verbs and thinking about the fact that we're still in a pandemic. And, we don't talk about it a lot here, which is fine because everybody talks about it all the time. But
Is the question, would you wear a mask? Because the answer is yes.
I was just thinking about different things that we all do now that we didn't used to do a lot. And one of them was zoom in. Zoomy, zoom, zoom. Mike, would you zoom it?
Would you?
Are we talking about Zoom calls?
Yes.
Yeah, one of our new favorite
Video
societal
calls.
verbs
Yeah.
to
So
zoom.
technically,
Even though what we're on right now is a Google Meet,
right.
a lot of people in the world would be like, I was Zooming with some people. Like it has become the new Skyping with someone because for whatever reason, Zoom has become quite ubiquitous.
Well, and
in the
I always
software
try to say, because I know there are so many different ways to do it, I always try to say video chat, but that makes me
Zoom's
feel like I'm
easier.
in the 90s. Like there's something about being like, want a video chat? That
Yeah.
just seems weird and earnest in a dorky way. So
meet me in this chat room.
Let's video chat on the World Wide Web.
I got an AOL 90-day free trial. Let's go.
So yeah, Zoom is just kind of like a nice shorthand. It's also probably the one that is used the most for workplace.
Absolutely.
vid chats. But I don't know. I also just, would you Zoom it? That sounds fun, right? Wouldn't you?
Would you
You'd
Zoom
do
it?
it.
Would I? I don't know. Sure.
Okay. So, Mike, you're just settling down for another day in the midst of a pandemic. Open up your laptop and you're just going to do some light internet browsing.
Sure.
Light in it.
Yep.
And suddenly your little Zoom box pops up and it's like, Mike, the girl from The Ring is Zooming you. And you see a little, I don't know if this is how Zoom works, but there's like a little profile picture and it is indeed the girl from The Ring. I think her name is Silmara.
I think her Zoom name though is the girl from the ring.
Though. Right. No,
Yeah.
she doesn't want to have to explain it. She's just like, I'm the girl from The Ring. Yeah.
If it was Samara, I would know who it was. I know about that stuff.
Well, but just for people that don't know that,
Yeah.
she just keeps her name as the girl from The Ring.
I think you get an email to invite you to a Zoom call. So is it like an
you're
email
right.
from her?
Sure. Let's say that.
Yeah.
Let's say that you get the e-vite or whatever, and it's like, join me. Do you Zoom it?
No, absolutely not, because she murders you, and there's no exceptions. So I close my computer. I get in my car. I drive to the river, throw my computer into the river, and then I drive back to my house, and I never go on the internet again.
Love that. Love that.
Wow.
And you never go on the internet
Not
again.
actually the answer I was anticipating. Great.
Well, anything could happen here on the Hypotheticast.
Well, you know, what's fun is that's exactly what I thought you would do, Mike. No, Mike, let's be real.
No.
Nothing's going to stop you from going on that internet.
No
you
internet.
gotta find those unsolved mysteries.
Internet fast.
So your answer is hard no.
My computer's in the
basically,
river.
is what you're saying. Hard
Tied
no.
a brick around it, and well, the brick was two-way. I didn't tie a rope around it and the brick, and then threw it
Okay.
in the river.
So what if instead the email said, you've been invited to a Zoom call featuring the girl from The Ring,
Okay.
Bigfoot,
Okay.
and 3 Yetis. Just random ones.
Well,
You
it's
don't know.
interesting.
But that's what the email says. That's all it says.
That's a very interesting grouping because what you have is one ghost/evil spirit girl, and then 4 different kinds of hairy ape person.
Yeah, right. What do you think? Is it interesting enough to attend that Zoom call?
Seems less dangerous. I'll go for it.
Yeah, you'll get in there.
Yep, sure. Yep.
He gonna
Click
Zoom
that
it.
link.
To me, like it's either gonna be a weird prank, or if all the things are there as described, Samara maybe she'll go after one of the Bigfoots instead of me.
You've lowered your chances of getting killed.
Yeah,
at least.
maybe.
Yeah, that's something nice.
Okay. You're gonna Zoom it. You're committed. You clicked accept. I don't know if that's an option, but let's just say it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's later that afternoon. So you have a few hours. So you're just going to like get into your internet and then you get another email and it's like, hey guys, Yeti number 2 here. Let's give him a name. His name is Sven. He's like, hey, it's Sven. Could we shift the meeting back just like 15 minutes? I'm really, really overwhelmed. And everybody's like, yeah, sure. And then he comes back and he's like, wait. No, I can do the original time. But actually, if we could just like start it like 5 minutes early, maybe just like 5 minutes earlier than we originally thought. You get like 4 emails like that are like, can we just like, it's like a crazy day over here, guys. Thanks so much for understanding. It's getting to be a bit of a headache. Do you still Zoom it?
That's really annoying. Does that happen to you with Zoom meetings?
Kind of.
You have people
Any
reschedule
meetings.
like that?
Yeah. Any meeting.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'll stick with it. Sure. That's kind of annoying, but you know, it's still, I could still maybe see a Bigfoot and a ghost.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still gonna Zoom it.
So you log into the Zoom call, and of course it shows a preview of your screen and a preview of everybody else's. And you show up in the call. Everybody waves to each other, you know, like Bigfoots and Yetis and Samara, Girl from the Ring, and Mike's tend to do.
Mm-hmm.
And you notice as you kind of survey the buffet of faces that some of the backgrounds are kind of strange. And Yeti number 3, whose name is Samantha, has just a really, really zoomed in picture of a butthole.
Oh.
as her
their
background.
as her background. It is just like hyper zoomed, and usually she's not even on screen because she knows that she wants most of her screen to be just a
So
picture.
she's like leaning out of frame a little
butthole.
bit.
Yeah, and like pointing at it, maybe like check this shit out. Like she's really going for it, and you can tell she thinks it's fun, and it's very clear that like it sucks and no one likes it.
That's gross.
Would you zoom it?
I mean, that's really gross.
Yeah, you're right.
But I still want to know what they're going to talk about. So I'll stick with it.
Just like mute that.
Is it a Yeti's butthole or a person's?
You'd have to ask, and I don't know if that's what the path that you want to go down. Like follow-up questions about that butthole is exactly what Samantha wants. You can
Butthole is
tell.
that?
Yeah, and I don't think that's
I
what you
wonder
want
what's
to do.
inside your butthole. Remember that song?
I love that.
Remember that
song.
was like
What is inside?
5 years ago, right? That little
What is
girl singing
inside?
about that. Yeah, sure. I'll stick around. I'm fine with it.
Okay.
I mean, not fine with
Yeah,
it, but it
zoom
is
it.
what it is.
Still sticking around. Okay. So the meeting progresses. Everybody says hi, does a little check-in with how they're doing. And then Bigfoot takes the floor. Bigfoot's like, okay, I actually wanted to talk first. We have an agenda. I hope everybody got that, but I'm up first. So I'm just going to dive in. And he is pitching a business plan to you. It's unfortunate, like right away you can tell that he like actually doesn't really have like a great idea, and he's like super nervous, so he's kind of like stumbling over his words. But the worst part is he keeps freezing. So like every minute to 2 minutes his screen freezes and he's just stopped, and it just like that things just progress like that. So bad in fact that Sven, Mr. Schedule Problems over here, just kind of like left, and he like gave a chat and he was like, uh-oh, emergency, gotta go, and then he left, and everybody knows it's just because he was annoyed with Bigfoot. Are you staying? Do you zoom it?
So let me get this straight. So there was Samara, a Bigfoot, and 3 Yetis.
2 of which are Sven and Samantha.
And one of the Yetis is showing just a picture of a butthole mostly.
Yeah,
and
that's Samantha.
And then one just left.
Flaky Sven.
And Bigfoot is freezing. So there's the other Yeti, and Samara are really the only other people left.
Correct.
I mean,
Yeah. Bigfoot's giving a boring pitch and also keeps freezing.
what's it a pitch for again?
So it's like, it's one of those businesses that you can't even really tell what it's going to be yet. He's using like really vague businessy terms about like
oh, you'll get it on the ground floor of this investment opportunity.
Oh, it sounds like
Exactly.
Yoda.
Yeah, well, Yoda is basically Bigfoot.
Like if Yoda can sound like...
Relative to his body, his feet are pretty big. Think
Okay.
about it.
Sure.
Wake up, sheeple. Yoda's Bigfoot.
Oh boy. I guess I'll stick around because it doesn't seem actively harmful, and I'm curious, but that's kind of a really mundane thing to be going on in this phone call, Zoom call.
still zooming it.
Still zooming. Zoomers 2, still zooming. So Bigfoot continues his presentation, and it continues to be boring. There are just slivers enough of like, oh, maybe he's not going to freeze for a while now, and maybe he's saying something interesting now that might be an action item for me. Cool. I do want to be in business with Bigfoot, I know is what Mike's thinking right now. So I feel like that's going to be a big part of why you stay on this call. You decide, your eyes wander as Bigfoot freezes. Once again, trying to reshare his screen because he clicked out of it while trying to move it, and now he has to start the presentation over. He's really bad at this. So your eyes wander to Samara's screen, and she has disappeared. She is no longer in frame, and just for a split second, you might be imagining it, but you think one of the lights in your house flickers.
Mm-hmm.
Do you zoom it?
Sure, that's fine.
Yeah, seems cool.
You know,
Okay.
so initially I obviously did not want to get haunted,
Right.
but now like I wanted to know about what was going on, and foolishly, of course, it was just a stupid sales pitch for who knows what.
Always.
And now I'm probably going to die. So there's not
You just
any
accept that.
there's not anything I can really do at this point. Like either she's coming or she's not. I don't think I can stop her. So I might as well. I mean, maybe I can ask Bigfoot if he knows her. Like be like, hey, what's going on with her? Do you know? Can you call her and say what's up?
Do you know her?
So yeah, I guess I'll stick with it to the bitter end.
So you're sticking with it. As you know, in a lot of these apps, including Zoom, you have an option to have a little chat side conversation going on.
Mm-hmm.
So while Bigfoot is kind of like stumbling through this like awkward, glitchy presentation, he's still going. You just like catch like occasional phrases about like optimizing profits, and there's a little side conversation going on. Samantha, with the butthole background, she's just like ripping on Bigfoot, just like talking shit.
Oh boy. Samantha.
And the other Yeti, whose name is Carl, has been fairly quiet. Suddenly, the girl from the ring just starts chatting pictures of a fly just sitting in different places.
To me?
Yeah.
Pictures of a fly? Sure, yeah.
And then
Is it the same fly? Can you tell?
Yeah, it's the same fly.
It's definitely the same.
It's definitely
fly.
the same.
Does the fly come out of my monitor?
Well, you're looking at the pictures and then you suddenly realize there is a fly buzzing around your head.
Okay.
Do you stay in the Zoom?
Like I said, like, I mean, I don't think there's any escaping it at this point. So I think I just got to find out what's up. Because, I mean, really, she's supposed to be like, I see her, then she comes back in 7 days. So, like, at least I can know what's going on with that. But, yeah, really, I guess, like I said, I want to see, can I chat with Carl? Like, I want to see how they're doing. Like, what do you know about
David
this?
presents.
Yeah, I guess we'll see.
Yeah. So Carl has just been quiet this whole time.
Okay.
Just kind of chilling, watching attentively. Absolutely the like empath of the group, really trying to give Bigfoot the support that Bigfoot desperately craves. And you know how difficult it can be to give a presentation on Zoom to people that you can't see while you're sharing your screen, etc. It really does feel like speaking to an empty room. And so Carl, instead of finally, I think, realizes that nodding isn't good enough and turns on his microphone and starts verbally affirming as much as possible what the Bigfoot is doing. Or Bigfoot. I don't know. What is it, the Bigfoot, or is it just Bigfoot?
Bigfoot.
Just Bigfoot?
Either one.
Yeah, because I think there's some mythology where there's like lots of them, and then there's somewhere there's just one.
This one is just, he's just going by Bigfoot. That's all you know.
Yeah.
So.
Bigfoot TM, that's his Zoom name.
Yeah.
All right. So what you are hearing now is a bunch of glitchy presentation that was already bad and is now glitchy. And that person that should mute themselves, but instead is going, oh yeah, and eating. That is, that's the worst part of all, is that since he has unmuted himself, he's eating a bag of Yeti chips and they're a little crunchy.
Okay.
You staying on that
So
Zoom
there's
call?
just someone eating?
Eating and verbally affirming a lot of what Bigfoot is saying.
Like licking his fingers. And
Yeah, like, oh yeah, oh yeah.
At this point, this just reminds me of like, I don't know, they're not
Hell?
even really acknowledging that I'm there. Like, I feel like I'm watching just some weird public access show. So
maybe you are.
I'm that's something that I do for fun, or I did when I got public access. Now I just watch weird YouTube stuff if I can find it. Yeah, I'm staying on there. Like someone being kind of annoying isn't gonna, I mean, I already think I'm probably gonna die in 7 days. So whatever, eat those chips. Give me some.
Give me some.
can't give them to you through the screen.
Why not? I can get that fly from the screen. How about they put some chips through the screen?
Yeah, you should type that in the chat. Hey, Samara, can you please send those chips through the screen instead of that fly? Thanks.
The evil way you do that. Okay, you're sticking through it.
Yeah.
So then in the chat, you get a message from Carl that says, Mike.
Yes, I'm ready.
You need to moon the screen right now.
You need to.
Or we'll all die.
Die! Oh my God.
But then,
no.
but then immediately afterwards, you get a chat from the girl from the ring who says, Mike, don't listen to Carl. He's trying to get you. Leave now.
Who do you trust?
Oh my gosh. I don't think I can trust Samara.
But she gave
I don't
you that
trust
fly.
Carl. The thing is, I feel like if I moon the screen, I'm just going to end up as Samantha's new background. So I don't really need that. But
it's just Samantha duping Carl's name, being like, "Hey, you gotta, please moon it."
So
I promise I won't screen cap it.
Like, given that like this is pretty much a boring presentation, I don't know
where someone is pressuring you to do mooning.
Yeah,
Or
I'm like,
all die.
well, see, here's the deal. I had already basically accepted that I was probably going to die because Samara was there. And so like, I don't want the Bigfoots to die, but I also like, look, they accepted this call with Samara as well. So they knew the risks. I'm going to leave. I'm logging off. I close my computer and going for a walk outside. It's a nice day. Sorry.
Sorry, Carl.
Sorry, Carl.
So the last thing you hear as you are shutting the screen, because of course the sound doesn't shut off right as you start closing it. It's just right at the end as your withered old laptop is creaking closed. You hear the Bigfoot suddenly come in super clear. And he says, so what I need you to do is take this $10,000 and spend it however you want.
Yeah. I guess I missed out on that.
Oh, so you're just still closing?
You could open it back
Wait,
up.
was this a government stimulus program? Like, was this how they're
maybe
distributing that money
This
now?
is how our next check
this
is coming.
CARES
Yeah.
Act 2 Bigfoot edition.
You have to sit through a phone call with Samara
With
and some Bigfoots.
potentially deadly monsters.
But they're going to give you $10,000.
Yep. The true stimulus package that we all deserve.
Great. Okay. Wait, do I have a choice here, or did I just missed
you
out?
can still. It's not closed. It's at that inch where, like, if you like bump it 1 millimeter further, it's going to go into sleep mode, and the call will be done.
I don't trust that money. I don't trust those Bigfoot bucks. Close that computer.
They're no bean bucks.
No. Bigfoot bucks are even more worthless.
So you let it close. You let your new friends and that money just drift away, all for the peace of mind of knowing that your butthole is not going to be someone's Zoom background.
Okay.
And then the next day, you get an email that is a Drive folder. It's a shared Google Drive folder with you. And in it are a bunch of like nonsensical documents from Bigfoot trying to like lay out this business plan, like really, really unclear graphs and PowerPoints.
But like pasted as images in a Google Doc. It's not like a separate thing. He's just somehow trying to use Google Docs for everything that it shouldn't be used for.
Right. Then way at the bottom is a note. It's from the girl from the ring. And she says... And it's called For Mike, and you click it open, and it's a doc that just says, "Hey, cutie, want to connect later?" And then there's a Google Hangout link. And she's like, "I hate Zoom. Let's do Google Hang."
I do like Google Hang better, even though I think it's just called Google Meet.
The problem with Zoom is that it's like TV. She can get you through Zoom. She can't get you through Google Meet. They got good encryption.
Yep.
And that's why she likes it, is because she can make boyfriends through it, and they're not worried about her killing them.
I guess.
She can make boyfriends.
Well, good job, guys. We did it.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, listeners.
There it is. That's who we need to thank.
That's what I meant. Thank you, listeners, for putting us into your lives so gently and preciously. And shoot, we need to do one final segment, and I don't have an idea for it. David does.
I have one.
Great.
What's the final segment?
This segment is called No Questions Asked. And it's where we ask one question and you answer it, and then no follow-ups, no nothing. We cut it off, and you'll never know any of the rest of our thoughts.
Okay.
This question is, if you were going to get a Zoom link from a real human being that's alive currently tonight, who do you hope that is?
Oh.
We got to just go from the top of our heads. This is tough.
Yeah, just off the dome, baby.
Dracula.
Nice. Real human being, still alive currently.
Yep.
Got him.
Dracula. That's the one.
Maria Bamford. Comedian Maria
Nice.
Bamford.
Nice.
David?
Claudio Doherty.
I was going to say her.
Oh.
She's perfect.
She's so perfect.
You're going to go out on a date.
We're going to go out on a date. Okay, bye.
Bye.
I'm marching, marching, 'cause I'm committed.
Theme music by Jaden James and the Hunger. Logo by Christian Hagen. Edited by David Gucci. If you want more of our hypothetical content, join our Facebook group or like our posts on Twitter or Instagram or give us some stars and a review on iTunes or wherever the heck you get your podcasts.
I think she has a boyfriend already.
It's
Lame.
okay. People that have boyfriends can go out on dates.
Well,
That's true.
I don't know their arrangement.
Depends on the setup. Yeah.
Yeah. But, most people are heteronormative and monogamous, so it's probably that she doesn't want to go on a date with me. And that's got to be the only reason.
I'm not saying that. Yeah, I do think that if circumstances were right, I think that you're a total catch for her.
I'm a catch for her. You're right.
Yes.